Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another vid, and I'm sure you've already read the title of this. And I already did a video on this, and I said I would do another video on this if one of the shows improved or if the dynamics changed or whatever. And I can say honestly that both of the shows have improved. Um, I'll start off by talking about the Orville because it's not as dramatic of a change. Because the Orville was good from the very beginning, in my opinion. I have enjoyed every episode of the Orville up to this point. Last week's episode was extremely excellent. The majority rules. It was really so well written. It reminded me of a Black Mirror episode, actually. Um, Very good. And the Orville is just, really going from strength to strength. That show is, at this point, I would say pretty exceptionally high quality. I can easily recommend the Orville to any, for lack of a better term, general sci-fi fan or Star Trek fan. I would definitely recommend check out the Orville. Of course, now we're going to talk about Star Trek Discovery. That show started off, at least the first 3 episodes were absolutely horrendous. Just totally falling flat, total garbage. But we're about, I think, halfway through the first season of Star Trek Discovery, and the show has improved, honestly, significantly. It's much better than it was. It's still not as good as the Orville. And it's still, I would say, the poorest Star Trek series up to this point. So basically, who would I say Discovery for? I would say Discovery is for hardcore Star Trek fans. It's certainly not worth paying for CBS All Access. I certainly wouldn't do it. But there's plenty of other ways to view the show, and I'd recommend exploring one of those avenues if I were you. If you are curious into watching it. Up to the most recent episode, really, it was the supporting cast that was carrying the show and were interesting. Captain Lorca, I find interesting. I find the engineer interesting. Of course, Saru's a winner. Lieutenant Tyler, who they just introduced, is fairly interesting. Um, and they just have a number of fairly good, interesting characters. And in the latest episode, Michael Burnham, the main character, has been absolutely terrible until the latest episode. In the latest episode, they actually made her slightly more likable and more just a better fleshed out character. I could see if they continue to go in this direction, her actually blossoming into like a decent character. I think honestly, the writing for her character up to this point has been horrendous, but it is getting better. So Star Trek Discovery is heading in the right direction. Is it? But would I call it good? No. It's basically my opinion of it. It is now a somewhat enjoyable show with some good moments that I look somewhat forward to watching every week. That's how I feel about it. The Orville, I extremely look forward to the Orville, and I watch it as soon as I can. Discovery takes me a couple of days to get around to it, but I still enjoy it. So, at least on some level, that's probably just because I'm just such a hardcore Trek fan. But if you're new to Star Trek, I would not start with Star Trek Discovery. I would start with either The Next Generation or Deep Space Nine if you're brand new to it. Couldn't hurt to, maybe watch, or, the original crew watch Star Trek, like, we'll say 2 through 6, right? Those are pretty good movies. But, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I'd really be interested to hear in the comments below what you think. I just thought I'd make this real quick. I'm not going to go nearly as deep into this as I did in the last video. This is just a quickie mid-season thing. Probably when the first season of both of these shows is over, I'll probably do maybe a more in-depth video again and really see how the two shows kind of stack up to each other at the end of the season. That's pretty much it. As always, if you like this, thumbs up. If you hate me, thumbs down. Share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and live long and prosper. See you guys.